Star. And we're live.
Fuck it.
We're live. We're live. Just doing a general late night bullshit stream. Me and my buddy Sithlord. We were just hanging out. Decided to just go live. Just for the fun of it, and see who shows up. So there may be nobody show up. There may be a lot of people show up. I guess we'll find out here pretty soon. And
What's up, Fuel to Hatred? Yeah, we decided to just on off the cuff, just like fuck it, let's do something.
Fuel the Hatred. Fuel the Hatred is one of my best viewers, honestly. Fuel the Hatred, all my streams, Fuel the Hatred shows up. So I have to say thank you for that, Fuel the Hatred. I really do appreciate it. You always show up on my Thursday streams. You always keep up with what I got going on. So I really do appreciate it.
And, I see him around in different streams. Also, he's a big supporter, viewership wise, and I don't know about monetization. Like Patreons or whatever like that, but he's a good supporter of a lot of people, man, and that's what we need, people that's going to back the community.
Yeah, like he's especially a big supporter of my Thursday streams because he when I moved it to 1 p.m. Eastern time, he was happy because he was able to make it to my 1 p.m. streams. When it was earlier, he was still at work. So
hey, Fuel, where you at, man? Because
I'm pretty sure he's across the pond somewhere. So like I say, except for name that tune, he's never awake early enough. So I'm pretty sure he's from across the pond, England or somewhere like that.
What's up, Wookie? Good to see you.
Wookie, what's going on, Wookie? We're just generally talking about some BS. Sith and I were just hanging out and decided to go live just to see what was going on. If anybody, Fuel the Hatred, Wookie, if y'all have anything you want to talk about, pop it in the chat. We'll talk about it. Sith and I were just bullshitting.
He comes from Oz. Fuel the Hatred comes from Oz,
which is Australia, right? If I know my acronyms right, Oz is Australia. Oh yeah, and the magical prison island, because Australia was originally a penal colony.
Really?
Yeah, that was where England sent all their prisoners, was to Australia.
No, not Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Not Atlantis.
Wookie, are you want to talk about Atlantis, Wookie, or are you saying that Oz is Atlantis?
What do we got over there? Fuel, a 12-hour difference? Is that?
That's what I was going to ask him. Is it's almost 2:00 in the morning here, Fuel. What time is it where you're at in Australia? Because I know when I do my afternoon streams, you end up leaving and you're like at 6:30 in the morning. So I don't really know the time difference. There are people that believe Australia is a hoax.
Well, it is now because from what I understand, it's no longer called Australia anymore. It's 5:53 p.m. So yeah, that's.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're quite a bit ahead of us, actually.
He must be, compared to us, the far eastern side of the island.
Yeah, because like I said, it's only 1:53 here, so he's more than 12 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was quite a bit ahead of us because when he comes to my Thursday streams, he's like, "Hey, I got to go. It's like 6:30 in the morning. And it's still the afternoon here." Okay. North, southwest, east coast. Okay.
So kind of in the middle. North, south, east, west. Yeah, kind of in the middle. Oh fuck! You can't see me. Never mind.
So he's on the north, south,
North,
west, east
south,
coast.
east, west. That means he's in the middle.
Yeah, but he said he's on the east coast, so he's on the coast.
Yeah, it's over there.
I appreciate you, Wookie, and Fuel the Hatred for jumping on this just random ass stream we decided to do. We were just sitting here having a hangout, just talking, and decided to go live just for the hell of it because there wasn't much going on YouTube.
It's early. It's late Monday night, early Tuesday morning, depending on
It's like
or almost dinner time and for Fuel the Hatred.
it's dinner time, for Fuel the Hatred. It's 2 a.m. for us.
Hey, Fuel, do me a favor, man. Give me some of them lottery numbers since you're in the future.
Okay, New South Wales is where Fuel the Hatred is. On the East Coast. New South Wales on the East Coast.
I'm sorry.
Their streams are actually about stuff. Screw that. Yeah, we didn't really have a point for going live. We just decided to go live and see who showed up. So far, you are the lucky two people that have showed up.
What's up, Random Brad?
Oh, Random Brad Creator. Good to see you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, give me some watch hours. I appreciate you showing up, dropping the like, and leaving it running. Give me some watch hours. I still have a ways to go to beat 1,000 subs, but I appreciate all the watch hours for sure.
Yeah, Brad is gonna keep random shit playing in the background. That's just cool.
Yeah, I saw BS. That's why I'm here. That's why we love you, Wookie. We can say bullshit. Wookie's like, yep, that's right up my alley.
You know, what the fuck?
Okay.
Oh, you play Fortnite, man. You just lost man points for me.
I don't play modern video games. The last modern video game I played was whatever the last Grand Theft Auto was. What was it, 5 or 6? Something like that.
5, but then it was GTA Online.
Yeah, I didn't play it online. When my son still lived here and had a Xbox One, he had Grand Theft Auto 5, and when he wasn't at home, I would play Grand Theft Auto as like therapy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go online and I wouldn't do any of the missions. I would just run around and have road rage and like shoot people and kill people and do the cheat codes to get like the helicopter and shit.
Yeah, hey, Fuel. I mean no disrespect, man. It's just particularly I don't care for Fortnite, because there's better shooters out there. But everybody has their own thing, man. Each to their own thing, man. More power to you.
Apparently, Wookie is not a fan of Fortnite. Yeah, Wookie is not a Fortnite fan, apparently.
Well,
that is the PC word. I've been schooled about it. It was a drunk stream. Well, I mean, drunk streams are always fun. So if y'all are playing Fortnite as a drunk stream, it was probably pretty good.
Well, if you were playing Fortnite with Mary, yeah, it was probably a drunk stream.
DMC Devil May Cry was the last game I played. Still play old Sega. I love the old systems. Like I said, I'm trying to remember the last system I had. It was the Nintendo GameCube came after the N64, right? if I remember right.
The what?
Didn't the Nintendo GameCube come after the N64 because the GameCube had
Yeah.
like CDs?
Yeah.
That was the last game system I had was the Nintendo GameCube. So I haven't played video games since then, and honestly, I wasn't really into like N64 or the GameCube. I'm more of a original original Nintendo kind of guy.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers 3 is my jam, and Excite Bike. That's like my two favorite.
Oh,
That's
fuck
like my two
Excite Bike.
favorite games. Yeah, that's
No,
like
no,
my two
no.
favorite games ever.
RC Pro Am.
I don't think I've ever played that.
That was on the original NES. It was like an early version of. I don't know if you remember a game called Off Road. It was originally
No, not that I remember.
Off Road was a stand-up arcade game that had either 3 or 4 steering wheels. Each was a different colored. Four different colored steering wheels, and each the color of the wheel is the color of your truck in the game, and up to 4 people could race around this dirt track. It was called Off Road.
Yeah, San Andreas was pretty good. I played that as well. I like I said, even when I played San Andreas, I didn't actually play the game. I just ran around and like stole cars and murdered people.
Bianca fights the zombies.
Aloha. I can't even fucking talk. Aloha, Bianca fights the zombies. Good to see you.
How you doing?
We're just generally BSing.
Yeah, nothing important, nothing better to do. It's late Monday night where we're at. So, screw it. We're doing it live.
Yeah, I love the original Sega.
I agree, Bianca.
Somebody a minute ago was talking about the original Sega, and the funny thing is, the only thing I like Sonic and all that, but what I like about the original Sega was when you turned it on, the old school Sega game said Sega,
like your Han Star.
Yeah, that was the whole point of me making the Han Star, was it uses Sega font, and I made the audio up myself where it sounded like multiple people saying Han Star.
All right, check this out. All right, you guys are naming off some good stuff into the chat. Me and my roommate used to play this game on the PS1. It was called Road Rash. Does anybody in the chat remember that game?
It was a motorcycle game, right?
Yeah, but you could.
And wasn't there also an arcade version where you actually got like sat on a little motorcycle and like could tilt the motorcycle and shit?
They've had racing games like that, but the one I'm talking about, you're racing from point to point, but you're armed. Baseball bats, chains. You're trying to beat up the other riders.
Darksider. Good to see you, Darksider.
Hey, Darksider. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. I'm assuming you're a man. If you're not, my deepest apologies.
How dare you guess his gender, Sith? Road Rash. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Fuel the Hatred was Road Rash, the arcade game. Yeah, that's what I
said. Oh, did I say Road Rage?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Road Rash. My bad.
In the arcade, you sat on like a little version of a sport bike, and it leaned, left and right and everything, like a sport bike.
Huh. The one I'm talking about, I don't ever remember seeing into an arcade, and I was a big arcade person. I still am. If I ever get a chance to go to Dave and Buster's, I'm on it.
Darksider's a figment of our imagination.
Okay. I have been smoking, so yeah, probably.
You broke one of the Road Rash games, Fuel the Hatred. There was another game. I'm trying to think what it was called. There was another arcade game that had the motorcycles you sat on, and I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, but you actually raced. I don't remember the name of it, but the same premise. You know, you had your brake and gas and all, and the
yeah, but it was just a racing game. You didn't fight or anything like that. It was just a racing game.
Yeah,
and the motorcycle tilted back and forth. You know, you sat on like this big plastic sport bike body.
Yep. I used to play the crap out of them games. I really did. Cruising USA. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember Cruising USA. Wasn't that the one where you could have like the taxi and stuff and you just drove around and
I don't know if it was the Cruising
Road Rash. I'm not to interrupt you, but Trap. What's up, Trap? Trap said Road Rash. I think that was the motorcycle game we're thinking about. It had the sport bikes.
Yeah. No, Road Rash is the one I'm talking about, the way you're armed. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The one that you're talking about in the arcade, I do not remember the name of that game. I've seen several iterations of motorcycle racing games. That the same premise. You get on them, they lean side to side, you know, stuff like that. But I can't remember. Is it Road Rash, Trap? Really?
Gran Turismo. Yeah, that was a good one. Gran Turismo. Yes. Yeah, he's saying it's Road Rash.
Yeah, I still have original copies of Road Rash 1 and 2. I meant Gran Turismo 1 and 2.
Was that the one, Trap, where you just raced in the arcade? It had the sport bikes you sat on. You could lean them back and forth and everything. Also, it's good to see you, Trap. Good to see you in the chat. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, Gran Turismo, that was a good game too. I said I'm kind of a more old school gamer. Like I said, other than Grand Theft Auto 5, I haven't played really any modern games. Like I said, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube is where my gaming systems ended. And honestly, I don't remember the games from those. Honestly, the games I mostly like are the old Nintendo games. Okay, Trap said he knows what we're talking about. He needs to look up the name of it. It was. I can't think of the name of it either. It was basically in every arcade that you went into. The sport bike game where you sat on a part of a sport bike. But I can't think of the name of it. But the one I'm talking about, you just raced. You didn't fight like you're talking about, Sith. You just raced, on a track with sport bikes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my jam was Excite Bike and Mario Brothers 3. That was my favorite games on the old Nintendo. And I also remember having an Atari 2600 and playing Pitfall. That was my jam. Frogger and Pitfall were my jam on the old Atari 2600. I don't think I ever played those, Darksider. Did you ever play House of the Dead or Lethal Enforcer?
Yeah, because it was on the same premise of Time Crisis. You had weaponry, and you're standing one on each side. Two people can play, and you're facing this big ass screen, and you got these weapons or pistols and whatever.
Oh, it was one of those games that had the guns mounted on it.
Yeah.
Okay, like a shooter game.
Yeah, I played a Terminator version of that, man. You picked up these AR-15 looking things.
Oh yeah, shooter style with light guns.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. I didn't ever play it. A buddy of mine played it, but yeah, I remember I can't talk. Leisure Suit Larry.
I see. I couldn't say it either. I was trying to say Leisure.
Wasn't that the one where you went around, you was like a pimp, and the better you got, like the more girls you could pick up?
Back in the day on MTV2, there was a TV show called Video Mods. And what these guys did was took, at the time, modern day video games and turned them into music videos. And they did one for the Black Eyed Peas, Shut Up. And Leisure Suit Larry was the main character of it.
Yeah, a buddy of mine loved that damn game, Leisure Suit Larry. He thought that was like the coolest thing, running around trying to pick up chicks. Honestly, I've never even played it. Like I said, a friend of mine played it a lot, but I never played.
Sorry.
See, I'm behind because I'm on the stream. Oh, there he is. What's up, Tommy? You're on the actual popped out chat. You know, the StreamYard chat is a little bit behind. So you're talking about people and I don't see them for a second. What's up, Tommy?
Good to see you, bro. Tommy, man, that motherfucker everywhere.
Yeah, Tommy's everywhere that you want to be, in a few places you don't. With his guinea pig army.
Yeah, buddy.
The guinea pig army is trying to take over the world. Between Darth Barbie and Trace XL Mary and Fuel, I've been playing Footnote. So I've never heard. Oh, Fortnite. Okay, I'm sorry.
Footnote. That's
he funny. Said, yeah, he typed it wrong. He corrected it and said Fortnite.
Who you modding for, Tommy? Who's streaming?
Still got my mod stream up. Yeah, Tommy mods for everybody. Who you modding for right now, Tommy? Because there's on my subs anyway, there's not really that much of anybody streaming.
Oh, he's modding for Zod.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Wow. He just went there.
I figured Senate was modding for Zod.
Oh, hey, look, DJ Odyssey streaming right now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. Look, the moment we decided to go do something crazy, man, so now there's shit going on. But that's okay. We still do our own shit. I'm gonna pop in there and say hey and just.
It's funny to watch Zod stream because the Senate goes on there and just talks shit about Zod the whole time, and he's a mod for Zod. Wes Moody finished up about 30. I'm not familiar with Wes Moody, honestly.
I just know the name.
I don't know that I've ever heard the name, to be honest with you. So, well, we kind of ended up talking about video games.
Oh yeah, that was just the the way we started to go.
What would be everybody's favorite video game system? I mean, any video game system, all the way from Atari to the newest video game system. What would be everybody's favorite video game system?
Well, honestly, myself, I don't really have a real favorite system. I have, the way that, either your PC, Xbox, or PlayStation nowadays. But right now, I'm just, hey, I've been using a PlayStation for almost 15 years now. So an Xbox. But I started on Nintendo and Atari, and just like everybody else, and just made a decision later on during the way. I don't really have a favorite. Now, as far as the types of games and stuff different systems offer, I like the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube because I bought both of those systems just for Star Wars games. I don't own any other games for any of them except for Star Wars games.
I had a Nintendo 64 and a GameCube, but I can't remember what games I had for it.
Yeah, Darksiders. I see. I never got the Dreamcast, and I like the Sega. I meant the Star Wars arcade game that was on that.
A buddy of mine had a Dreamcast. I played it a little bit, but I never had a Dreamcast. I agree with you, Travis. If I had to pick one system, like somebody said, hey, you can have one video game system and any game you wanted, I would pick the original Nintendo.
See, I'd have to go Super Nintendo if that was the case.
I may have had GoldenEye on 64. I don't really remember Fuel the Hatred.
Fuck, who didn't? That's that game right there, along with Doom and a couple of others like Frankenstein and all, were the inspirations for fucking Halo.
Yeah, Trap. I do remember Mario Kart 64 on the N64. Like I said, I had an N64 for a while. But the system I had the most games for ever was the original Nintendo.
Man, I don't know what system it was on, but I played a Duke Nukem game. I think it was on the PS1, dude. And he always says some outlandish shit, man. It was really for back in the day when if you heard him say shit or ass, I'm like, oh my God, you hear that? He just cussed. Me and my friend were running around. We blew up this outhouse, and then we ran over there, and where the outhouse was, Duke spouted off something like, whoa, this is some deep shit. I'm like, yeah, hey, we just blew up an outhouse. Of course it is.
Superman 64. I don't know that I ever played Superman 64. I don't think.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I meant never played it. Excuse me.
The original game. Yeah, the original Gauntlet was good.
Warrior is about to die. You need food badly, or some shit.
Yeah, I was never really into PC games. I played consoles. Like I said, the last newer console I owned was the GameCube, and I played Xbox One that my son had. But all I played was Grand Theft Auto, and I run around and picked up hookers and killed people. But
yep.
And then he moved out. So then he moved out.
Right,
so.
Well, actually, the versions I've played, it says warrior is about to die, or sorcerer is about to die. It actually names off the class, but early on it might have Blue Valkyrie but you get the gist of it, man. It's funny as hell because that old ass school. Trace, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, what's up, bro? We're just we went live for no reason. We were just hanging out. We're just bullshitting, and right now it seems like we're talking about video games and old and new video game systems. Just kind of happened into that. Oh man, Fuel the Hatred. Been playing PC games since the 3-inch floppy disk.
Fuck yeah, dude. I played, man. I've been a gamer longer than gaming's been cool. All right.
I remember the big ass. You remember the big ass floppy disk? Whatever damn size they are. You know what I'm talking about. The ones that weren't hard plastic.
The regular CDs.
No, I'm talking about the big floppy
Oh,
disk.
the big ass floppy disk. Yeah.
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 Like I remember we had a computer lab when I was in I want to say it was either middle school or high school. We had a computer lab, and it still took the big ass
The
floppy
floppy
disk.
disk that was like, fucking paper
Yeah,
thin and
yeah, the ones that were like that size.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, where in the world is Carmen San Diego? That I do remember playing that on computer at school. Five and a quarter. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. 5 1/4. Maybe that's the size they were.
Yeah. The 5 1/4 floppy disk before the 3 1/4. Or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever the size it is.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Also, I'm going to go old school from the school computer lab. Who remembers playing the Oregon Trail on the big ass floppy disk? The 5 1/4 floppy. You remember the Oregon Trail?
I used to play this game. I remember that game. I never played it, but I remember it.
Everybody died of dysentery.
I played a game called Bedlam, Bedlam, Bedlam. You try to escape from an insane asylum, and it was on the Radio Shack TRS-80 computer, and it was on a damn cassette, like an audio.
Oh
cassette.
the cassette. That's really old school.
Yeah,
That was actually way more popular in Europe than it was in the States. Most of the games that we got on like the floppy disks, they got on tape, or the cassettes. Yeah, Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail was fun, I thought. Try Super Amazing Wagon Adventure. It's more fast paced than Oregon Trail and far more ridiculous. What is that on, Trap? Is that on like a computer or like an online game? And yes, Wookie, Gen X rocks. I am Gen X.
I don't know what the fuck I am. I was born in 70.
Oh, okay. It's on Steam. Okay.
Oh wow, the Apple II. Whoa, that goes a little bit back. I also remember playing on the Commodore 64.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my uncles had a Commodore 64. I remember going over to his house and he'd load up games and shit.
I played one called Beachhead, and I'm talking about it had ridiculous sound effects to it. Just you throw a knife and hit some guy, or you get shot or something. Medic, I'm hit. It's it was hilarious. But back then that was high tech, so I was addicted to that shit. The hell? Yeah, Trap. He's just a baby. Oh.
From everybody talking, it sounds like we're all kind of similar in ages, or at least in the same age range.
Well, I think Wookie's the old man of the group.
Oh, Trap was born in '85, so he's quite a bit younger than me.
Have a good night, Wookie. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hit that like button on your way out. If you don't mind.
Good. I appreciate you stopping by, Wookie. Have a good evening. Appreciate your support. So Trap was born in '85, so Trap may be the youngster. From what everybody else is saying, Trap may be the youngster of the group. But it sounds like Trap is still into the classic games.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with classic gaming because there's a lot of the current. What is the generation today called? They still called millennials?
No, they're called what Generation Z or some bullshit. I forget, but
Generation Alphabet. There's a lot of those kids that are also kind of into retro gaming, also. But for us older guys, it's a step back into their past. To them, it's like a history lesson.
Oh, so Fuel the Hatred's also 85, so he would be around the same age as Trap.
Yeah, 32, 33, somewhere around there. No.
Yeah,
35.
I'm 79, so I'll be 41 this year.
Zoomers. Bianca says Zoomers. That's funny. 34.
Okay, 35 this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm 47. I'm an old man.
It's cool though to see people younger than us into the classic games and classic gaming systems.
Well, see, the fact is we're sitting here right now talking about video games, and you yourself is not really a gamer. Still speaks a lot because you played games.
Yeah, and I messed around with the N64. I messed around with the GameCube, but honestly, my gaming quit with the classic Nintendo.
Yeah.
As far as like having a bunch of games and playing it on a regular basis.
Come on, guys. I'm like the original fucking That 70s Show, dude. I played Pong. Okay.
Oh, I remember Pong. Yeah, I remember Pong. And Super Breakout. Remember Super Breakout?
Yeah, Pong, Super Break. Man, I had Pong. I had this thing called fucking Odyssey 2. I had ColecoVision. I had Atari, all kinds of different versions of Atari, Intellivision, ColecoVision.
Yeah, I remember not in television, but I remember my brother had ColecoVision, but I don't really remember much about it. I just remember he had it. Okay, Darksider. He's close to your age, Seth. 47.
Yeah, he's 47. Yeah, the ColecoVision, man. It was a handheld controller, kind of like the Atari was, the Atari 2600. But instead of just one stick and one button, you had a stick on the top, you had two buttons on the side, and it looked like a fucking phone dial pad below it all.
See, the Atari 7800 was like that, but it didn't have the phone pad. It just had two buttons and a joystick. I had a 2600, I had a 7800, then I had a Nintendo. And like I said, I had newer systems since then, but I'm kind of stuck on the original Nintendo. That's kind of where my gaming got stuck.
Be more done to preserve class. Well, see, if you can go look online and buy, the Raspberry Pi, man. It's got like thousands upon thousands of classic games on it, man. I've been thinking about looking into something like that because I believe that they have the emulators on them also. I'm talking about anything from Atari up to fucking the first Xbox, or the first PlayStation. There's a lot of great games out there, and these compilations that you can buy have a lot of great. I'm talking about a lot of great games on them.
Yeah, see, I have a Nintendo emulator on my laptop, and I have a joystick I can hook up to my laptop, and I play like Mario Brothers 3 and Excitebike. That's like my two favorite Nintendo games is Mario Brothers 3 and Excitebike.
Couldn't hook up the VCR though. The fact that you're still using a VCR has something to be something to be desired. They've upgraded to discs now, right?
A friend of mine growing up had one of those basically bootleg VCRs where it had 2 tapes you could put in there, like you could copy movies and shit. So he would go rent movies from the video store and he would copy them. So he had like a huge library of bootleg, basically VHS tapes. You know, and you could go to his house and watch any like 80s, early 90s movies you wanted to because they would dub everything.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, Fuel.
Actually, I've never really played on a Commodore 64. I mean, other than messing with it a little bit, I haven't played like games or anything like that on a Commodore 64. Like I said,
I learned a little bit off the Commodore because a lot of that stuff carried over into DOS, and you know, just be able to go in and see what's on a disk or see what's in a file or you know, just a lot of the basic commands still derive from what I learned off of a Commodore 64.
Yeah, and
which I don't know a lot, but you know.
I have respect for stuff like the Commodore 64 because back then you had to actually know how to use a computer.
Right.
And I'm a big Linux person. Like I said, up until recently, the only Windows I used was XP, is the last Windows I used. And I have a Windows box I use just for streaming, which is not what I'm on right now because I'm not using my green screen. I'm on my Linux box, but it's, to me, it seems kind of similar to Commodore 64 because you have to actually know what you're doing to use it, you know, proficiently.
I don't think I could run one today because I've done forgotten pretty much all of that. You know, to me now it's like, oh, download it. Okay, it's going to install on itself. Okay, all right, cool. Let's play it. To me, that's simple. Not trying to, okay, got to find this and this drive, find this, the name of this, dot, so and so. It's like, fuck all that.
Yeah, I remember that Dark Side. I remember people hooking two VCRs together. My friend, I guess his parents had some money, so they bought the double VCR that was like in one package. You know, it had 2 tape decks or VCR decks, you know, in one.
Well, they also sold VCPs, just players, not recorders. My dad bought one because he used to work on a tugboat, and every time he was home, we would hook it up, and I would go rent movies and copy them. You know, put the player in there, let that bitch go, and record it.
Yeah, that's what my friend used to do. He every video he rented from the video store, his family would dub it onto a tape. So they had a huge video library of any 80s or early 90s movies you wanted to watch at that time. They had a whole fucking library of them.
You hooked up 2 VCRs to make a music video. Okay.
You're going to have to hold it down for a minute, Seth. I'll be right back.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, go do what you got to do. Well, hello, Mandy.
Okay, I was going to leave. Hey, Mandy. Like, what? We're just fucking around for no reason, talking about whatever. Right now, it seems like we're talking about video games.
He pulled me from out in front of my TV, Mandy. It's all his fault. Well, she says hey to everybody else, but, you know, we're last? That's messed up. Yeah, he DM'd me, Mandy. He says, you want to goof off? I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm fucking fried right now, but, you know, we're having a good little chat about old school video games. Anybody in the chat? I'm gonna tell you all this right now. I'm about to turn my camera off, but I'm still gonna be here. But all I'm gonna say is hell 420. You know. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. So what are you doing, Mandy?
I got called into work, and then I got done with some bullshit in work and come home and pulled Sith into a random ass stream for no reason.
Yeah, she DM'd me. I told you I DM'd her and it was the wrong person. She asked me what I was doing. I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of fading in and out in front of the TV. And I just told her that you just DM me. Hey, what are you doing? All right, fuck it, let's do it. I'm fucking hiring Eagle Nuts right now, so whatever.
Best old school video game. A video game trap that I liked on the original Nintendo was River City Ransom. That was a pretty fun game.
Get some rest, Mandy. Thank you for stopping by here.
Love you, Mary. Mary. I can't keep up with fucking M names. Have a good night, Mandy. Sith was telling me you sold your last Join the Adventure. Is that right? If you're still here, there's no more Join the Adventures on Wart the Wizard. I'm a little bit drunk. Bianca fights the zombies. To be honest with you. Oh, that's awesome, Mandy. I'm so glad you sold the last spot. Yeah, I saw earlier that you hit 12,000 on your Indiegogo. Yeah, I really enjoyed River City Ransom. There was another game I liked called Vice. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Trap, but there was another old Nintendo game called Vice that was really fun.
See, to counteract Mandy, she's like what?
Say, well, congratulations, Mary. Fuck, I can't say fucking M words. I keep saying Mary. Mandy. Congratulations, Mandy, on hitting 12,000 and on selling your last Join the Adventure perk.
Congrats, doll. Thank you.
And get you some rest. And I'm excited to see what you do with my character.
Yeah, mine too.
I remember Narc. Narc was a good one too, Trace XL. I remember Narc too on Nintendo. It was a good one. Dude, and it was also in I remember it was in arcade too, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, have a good rest, Mandy. We'll talk soon. Congratulations on all your success with Wart the Wizard and Space Boobs 2020. I'm waiting for the new projects to come out because I'm waiting to back the new projects. So everybody hashtag Space Boobs 2020.
Yeah, I played Narc in the arcade before it came out in home use. And I'm telling you, in the arcade, that was a badass looking game for the time.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for Pirate Queen. I can't wait. I can't fucking talk tonight. I can't wait for Pirate Queen, and I can't wait for Rocket Gal. Those are going to be two awesome books, and also Wart 2 is going to come out this year. So it's going to be Space Boobs 2020, and it's going to be Mandy's year this year, for sure. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's right. It was out in arcade before it was on, like Nintendo or whatever.
Yeah,
I remember it playing it on arcade originally.
I've played a lot of great arcade games that I have lost track of through the years. Some racing, some simulation, some fighters. At the time, what you would call a shooter, where you run, kind of like, you remember Contra?
Oh yeah, I do.
That back then was kind of like considered a shooter game. You say shooter now, it's like Call of Duty, but back then that's what it was.
Yeah, it was like an old school shooter game.
Yeah, man, you just run along. I love those. I love those things. I sucked at them, but I loved them.
Yeah, it makes me think of all the old school Nintendo games like Mega Man and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree, Bianca, that Wart the Wizard 2 is going to be even bigger.
I don't believe I played
Contra
that,
3.
Trace.
Yeah, I don't think I played that either, to be honest with you. And if everybody hadn't backed Wart the Wizard yet, you need to back Wart the Wizard because Sith and I are actually going to be characters in the book.
Yep.
And we'll also be in Wart 2 because it's the only time that Mandy's going to do that tier, and unfortunately now for y'all it's sold out. But we're going to be drawn into the book, and we'll now be in every Wart the Wizard book as long as she does the series.
Yep. And for that tier, she give you the option whether you live or die. If you live, you'll be in. As long as Wart keeps going, you'll be in there somewhere or mentioned somewhere. You'll always be in that world. And if you die, you become either a zombie or a skeleton of yourself. But still, you're still going to be in the books. So you're looking at the new bar owner, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna own a toy shop with my granddaughter.
Yeah, I'm the tavern man from now on. If Wart goes to a town that has the tavern, I'm going to be the barkeep. So back Wart the Wizard, and you can see me and Sith in the book.
I'll look a lot different than what I do. Han will look just like him.
Yeah, the sketch so far she's made of me is very similar to me. So anybody that has seen me or knows me online will look at me in the book and know that it's me.
There's no denying that mug. Okay.
Yeah, bald head, beard, flame tattoos on the wrist.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna be me and my granddaughter both. We're gonna be elves, and I'm gonna have hair actually. So I'll look a little different, but it's still gonna be me.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about Trap. This is going to be the one time that she does that tier. So you either get on the tier in this book, and then basically like me and Sith joke, we're going to live forever. As long as Wart the Wizard books are going on, we're going to be in every book because she's not going to do the tier anymore, other than now.
Yeah, we're permanent characters within the realm, not necessarily the story, but the realm.
Yeah, like I'm going to be a tavern owner. So from now on, if Wart goes to a town and there's a tavern, I'm going to be the one behind the bar. So if you back Wart the Wizard, or if you back Wart 2 when it comes out, and there's a tavern involved, you're going to see me.
Yeah, he's the more important one. Because everybody likes to drink.
True. And pretty much every town has a tavern. So basically any town Wart goes in, is going to have a tavern. So as long as he goes in the tavern, you're going to see me. I appreciate everybody being here. We've had a pretty good turnout for this just to be a random stream. All right, Trap. I appreciate you showing up, Trap, showing support. You have a good rest, and we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night, brother. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, all the Mega Man games, Trace. All the Mega Man games were pretty good.
I played a couple of them, but to me it was just repetitive, the same shit every game. I played one game. I don't remember what it was on. I don't know if it was a Super Nintendo or the PlayStation 1, the PS1. I don't remember, but it was called Strider.
Yeah, I remember Strider. Yeah.
Oh God, who remembers playing this fucking game called Shinobi?
Yeah, I remember Shinobi. Yeah, that like ninja game.
I've never beaten it. I own the game on my Xbox. I can't beat it.
I'll tell you another game I remember that you could play on like Nintendo, but it was really also popular in the arcade. Was Spy Hunter.
Fuck yeah!
You remember that game where you drove the car and it had like guns and shit on it, and you would, when you beat a level, you drive up into the truck, kind of like Knight Rider.
The original Spy Hunter was the shit. I didn't like the second one. But yeah, the original Spy Hunter. That was. Hey, what's up, Orville?
What's up, Orville Nation?
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, good to see you. Appreciate you dropping by.
We're just what's up?
RR, what's up, RR? We're just kind of having a random ass conversation that's kind of devolved into talking about classic video games.
Hold on. RR. I don't know how it's pronounced, but this is how I say it. Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden or something like that.
Yeah. It was
yeah, Trace XL's talking about Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 were on the NES.
Yeah, dude. My best friend in the entire world, man, he beat every last one of them on the NES. And I struggled with the first one because to me it was kind of complicated for what it was. And I sit there and watch him play through all this, and for what they were, awesome story. Then I beat the first Ninja. I'm gonna go ahead and say Gaiden, so hate me if you want, or Gaiden. I'll just do that one. Ninja Gaiden 1 and Ninja Gaiden 2 for the Xbox and for the Xbox 360. I played the shit out of them games. I played Ninja Gaiden 3. I played the shit out of that. Yeah, they were wonderful games. I wish they'd make another one with one of these. Hell, even with the Frostbite engine, that would make it look beautiful. Ninja Gaiden games were the definition of. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, Trace. Nintendo one day. Yeah. RR. Because that's the only place I've ever seen them. Now you could probably go buy, like say Steam or Valve or somewhere like that sells stuff like that. You might be able to find them, or if you can find a good emulator with the ROMs. Because yeah, the originals were great games. They were just for what they were at the time, just a little difficult.
Yeah, I don't have one anymore, but yeah, I had an emulator for a while where I played like the classic NES games.
Oh,
And
I didn't have,
download.
I didn't have many NES games. I rented all my shit. Uh, I definitely owned that one I was telling you about. It was off road, but I always rented RC Pro Am. I don't know why I didn't just break down and buy it.
Yeah, I remember that when you could rent video games at the video store, and you could actually also rent like a full system. Remember, you can rent like a
Yeah,
Nintendo or a Sega Genesis or whatever at the video store.
yeah. I rented a Super Nintendo once and a Genesis once, and I had a blast with them. Never could afford them, but I had a blast with them. Actually buying one. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
we're coming up on an hour. Damn, already?
It doesn't seem like it's been that long, does it?
How you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing good.
No, the blonde behind you. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, if there's a blonde behind me, I'm about ready to cut the stream, and
yeah. Sorry guys, y'all gonna miss out.
up until the 60 N64s, as far as I remember.
Yeah, N64 has some great games on it, but my first N64 experience was Rogue Squadron, which was a Star Wars game. Then I got into GoldenEye. Um, uh,
OG Xbox, and he's repaired it. Did it have the red ring of death there, Random Brad?
no, the original Xbox didn't have a ring. That
It
was
probably it
that was
probably has it probably has like some capacitors bad or something like that.
Yeah. See, I never got into Doom. That's just one thing I could not get into.
Yeah, I love the old Atari 2600 games too. RR. I love Frogger and Pitfall and Breakout and all the old Atari games. Berserker, Missile Command. They were all fun games.
Hmm.
A lot of them were copies of arcade games.
I still got my old Xbox. I just don't remember the ring lighting up on it. Warlords. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember that game.
Yeah, but come on, when you say Atari 2600, everybody knows the infamous tank game.
Oh, I'm trying to think what it was called. I know what you're talking about. I had it. I'm trying to think what it
Combat.
was called.
Combat.
Yeah, where you
Could
where
have
you were where
planes,
you
tanks.
yeah you went around and tried to shoot the other tank or the other plane. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there
Yeah.
was one called I think it was what was it Adventure where you went through all the castles and you had to fight the dragon to get all the keys and shit.
Yep. Yep. I was just sitting here thinking of some random shit that I used to play in the arcades, man. Fucking Paperboy.
Oh yeah, where you had the bicycle
Yeah.
handlebars on the
Yeah.
arcade game.
You had to pull up to jump and shit, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Fucking Paperboy, man. That was an awesome. And I'm gonna tell you another game, an awesome game. It was made by a company called Data East. Uh, it was RoboCop, and I played that in the arcade. And it was just RoboCop. You had a joystick, jump, shoot. Simple controls. I played the shit out of it. Yeah, man. Who didn't play Paperboy, man? For real. If you didn't play Paperboy, you're not a gamer. Period.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember it from like a console, but I remember it from the arcade. I remember going to arcade, and that was one of the games I would play was Paperboy.
Yeah, man. Even this guy right here ain't a gamer, and he's played Paperboy. So.
Oh yeah, I remember Paperboy.
Yes. T2, the arcade game. Whew. They had several versions of that game, man. There was a cabinet for Aerosmith. There was a cabinet for Terminator. You stood at it, and tell me about this one. It was a game with two Uzis on it. It was called Operation Wolf.
I don't remember that. I know there was a lot of arcade games that were, shoot 'em up games where they had like guns mounted on them. I don't
Yeah,
specifically
these
remember that one.
these you didn't hold the guns. They were the actual controller. They swiveled left and right and forward and back. And you just sat there like this. You just, and just shooting shit. And they made a Terminator, the T2 arcade game like that. Ghosts and Ghouls, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Yes,
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
yes. Fuck yeah, dude! You just brought back my childhood, man. The sniper scope. That's awesome. We used to cheat, man, on the Nintendo system. They had a game called Track and Field. They had an arcade version of that. But with the Track and Field for the Nintendo, it came with this pad that you literally tried to run on to see how fast you could run. You jumped on it. That was the controls. Physical, basically the first Wii. And me and my friends used to lay down on our bellies and literally we beat our fucking selves senseless till we're bloody right this and get unbelievable track times, jumps, all kinds of shit, record breaking shit, man. We used to cheat the system like that.
Hey Slasher, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. I hope you're
Yeah.
doing well.
Yeah. Oh damn, Slasher, dude. Ain't seen you in a while. How you been, brother? Good to see you.
I know you had surgery or something a while back. You doing all right, Slasher?
Yeah. We're just talking about games in general, man. Sometimes I'll just fly out there with some off the wall arcade shit. We talk about consoles, computers, whatever. We're just chilling out, Bionic Commando. Yes, that was fun. That was fun. All right, Tommy. I'm. This is your official warning. I'm about to fuck with you. Okay. You keep calling everybody these women's garments. I ain't gonna be happy with you no more. Oh wow, another one on the 24th. Damn, son. I seen the newer one, Trace, but I never played it. Bruh. Yeah, bruh. What up, bruh? You freaking northerner. Just because he's so freaking nice, eh? No. Nah, man, I love you, man. I'm just messing with you. Never put a new one either. Well, RR, do you even have a console of any sort? Because if you got one and you ain't using it, and think you're a gamer, that's kind of a waste. Unless it's an Xbox One, then an internet connection is required to play because you got to install every fucking thing you get. Yeah, we mentioned Narc earlier, Slasher. That is a damn good.
Oh yeah, Narc was a good one.
Man, we was going old school, man. Spy Hunter, Paperboy, Cruising USA, Daytona USA. Knights of the Round. Yep. Yeah, I know Darksider. I bought me an Xbox One X for Christmas, and right behind it, I bought a freaking external hard drive just because.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Slasher, the Paperboy arcade game with the handlebars.
Damn. You know what? I played so many freaking games, and it's a shame I can't remember most of them. Because there was one that was a supposed flight simulator, but I can't remember the name of it. You flew an F-14 Tomcat.
It wasn't Top Gun, was it? I played Top Gun on Nintendo.
No, this I'm talking about in an arcade.
Oh,
Because I keep wanting to say like Afterburner. Yes, Slasher. Thank you.
oh yeah, Afterburner.
Thank you. Hell yeah. I love that game. And now the flight sims are getting more and more, a little bit more advanced, and you can actually sit in them and they kind of move a little bit. And, it makes it more immersive, even more. Now, Afterburner, motherfucker, you was like, all over the damn place. I'm like, hell yeah, I am getting into this shit. I love it. Yeah, Tommy, I played a lot of Zaxxon also, and you're right. That was one of the games first games I played on ColecoVision, and just the way the game flowed, it was always crashing into shit. Yeah, as far as arcade games, you're right. Physical arcade cabinets, sit downs. Yeah, Sega made some great shit. Yeah, man, Road Rash. I agree. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. See, now you guys got me freaking wondering. You got me wondering now. You're gonna make me go look for this shit, and now we're gonna come up with some really oldies but goodies. Um, yeah, sorry about the silence. Give me a second. I'm looking for something real quick for you guys so we can talk about this shit. All right, let's look at this real quick. See what we got here. Okay, y'all, we about to take a little step down memory lane. I hope y'all ready for this shit. We got yep, Smash TV was good. Kung Fu was great. Yep. Sinistar, yes. Oh my god. Yeah, we mentioned. Oh, what's up, Keck? Thanks for joining us. Robotron, yes sir. Yes sir. We got. How about Defender, guys? Uh, let's see. Paperboy, Mr. Do. That's an oldie but goodie. Discs of Tron and Tron themselves. Tron by itself, then discs of Tron. Okay, here it is. That motorcycle game. It's called Hang On. Oh wow, y'all throwing that shit out there? How about Centipedes, guys? That's a great. Ain't nobody said Centipedes, man. I'm almost disappointed. Let's see. Moon Patrol. Tempest. Okay, Zaxxon's in there. We got anybody remember a game with a penguin in it called Pengo? 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 Hey, Han.
Yeah.
That motorcycle game was called Hang On.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember an old Nintendo game. Remember River City Rampage?
Rampage. Not you mean one where you're destroying cities and stuff?
No, I'm talking about River City Rampage, where you went through town and like beat people with like chains and stuff.
I don't remember that. That sounds like Road Rash to me, but Hubert. You know what? I looked up the 100 greatest. No, I'm sorry. This is not what I was looking at.
Yeah, River City Ransom. That was it, Slasher. Yeah, River City Ransom.
Okay, let's see. Oh wow, the original Star Trek arcade game. The game Journey, based off the band.
I don't remember that one. What system was that on?
No, these are arcade games.
Oh, okay.
How about Krull, like the movie? It was based off the movie. Damn, half this shit I ain't even never heard of. Yep, there's Robotron. Little bartending game called Tapper.
Sinistar. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember Tapper.
Satan's Hollow.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
That was like a sort of a kind of like a Galaga Space Invaders style game. How about the classic cabinets of Dragon's Lair and Space Ace? They were like playing physical cartoons. Come on. Tubin.
Oh yeah, I remember Tubin.
Yeah, I played a lot of that.
Oh yeah, Tommy, Burger Time. I remember Burger Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier you had stepped away for a moment. Freaking Defender.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Man, half the shit I ain't even heard of, and I thought I was a gamer.
A sit-down Star Wars game. I don't remember a sit-down Star Wars game.
There's been a couple of them. There was two forms of it. The first one that actually, there was three forms of it. The original, very first iteration of Star Wars was offered, that was made by Atari, was offered in a sit-down model.
Yeah.
Later on, the Star Wars arcade game that they offered on the Dream Quest, the Dream Quest, is that what it was called?
Talking about Dreamcast?
Yeah, the Dreamcast. Okay, that was a sit-down version in an arcade also. But then they had another version. Well, there's 4 iterations. They had another version. It was called Star Wars Arcade, which you sat down in. Now they have another one. It's like a pod. I don't know if they're still in the game rooms or not because it was only supposed to be for a limited time. But you sit in this pod, and the screen just kind of like wraps around in front of you, and when you move, it moves a little. It's just it's actually very cool. But then there also is a sit down version of Pod Racer. Yeah, Dragon's Lair was hard.
I still remember going to an old pizza place, and they had the upright like arcade machines, and they had like the sit down like tabletop looking arcade machines. And I remember going to an old pizza place when I was a kid and playing Pac-Man on, I forget what they're called. They have an actual name. I can't think what it is, but
they're tabletop. You're right.
Yeah, and you'd sit there and play Pac-Man at the little table, sitting in a chair.
They offer those today for home use. Because I watch a lot of Let's Make a Deal and Price is Right, and they've had these on there already. But instead of one game, there's like 50, 100 games in them.
Oh yeah, because memory now is so small and so cheap.
Yeah, they make they make it into a legitimate game room because they have a tabletop that offers so many different styles of games.
I like that. I mean, I like the arcade games, but I also like the old tabletops. I thought they were cool. Partly because probably the pizza place I used to always go to as a kid had a couple tabletop games, and the only like stand up arcade game they had was Shinobi.
Han,
Yes.
You have a request from Slasher.
Yeah, bro. Let me DM you a link. Sorry, I missed that.
No, I just noticed it. It just popped up, but Yeah, that's good. Anybody in the chat? Hell 420. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I DM'd you a link, Slasher.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember like Tabletop Galaga, Tabletop Centipede.
On my Xbox, man, I own Dig Dug, Galaga, and Pac-Man. The original Pac-Man. I think I own Miss Pac-Man too. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, they had Pac-Man, then they put a bow on Pac-Man and called it Miss Pac-Man. It was basically the same game.
I own that game too. Gyrus.
Yeah, it was basically the same game. They just added a bow to it.
Hey, what's up, Deranged? Good to see you, man.
Oh, Deranged Lunatic, what's up, man?
Hell yeah, man. I own Gyrus too on the Xbox. Wow, you had the actual man back then. That was shit, dude. My ex brother-in-law back in the day used to work for a game company. Did pinball machines, arcade games, stuff like that. Every once in a while, when they lived with us, he brought home Miss Pac-Man one weekend, and then a couple weeks later, he brought Centipede.
And Centipede. That was another good one.
The third one was Gyrus, and I never could beat Gyrus either. To this day, I still unable to beat it.
My other favorite Atari game was Asteroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asteroids was good.
Asteroids to me is good in any iteration they want to show it from. I'm talking about from the original, the wireframing and everything. Done. To new shit. They can make it look 3D and shit, but it's still the same game premise, but give it more texture to the game. I don't care what version it's in, man. It's an awesome game.
Slasher, what's up, bro?
What's going on, guy? What's going on?
We're just hanging out and bullshitting. We somehow ended up on the topic of games.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we were just sitting there hanging out, and I'm like, "Fuck it, dude. You want to do a live stream just out of nowhere?" Sure.
I saw he was doing it, and I clicked on it. You were talking about arcade games.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We just started talking about whatever. Then we just got on the subject of old school gaming. It's good to hear from you, man. And it's been a while, man.
Yeah. How you guys been, man? Good talking to both of you right now.
I've been pretty good, man. I've been pretty good.
Yeah. We I don't know if you can tell from the last time you see me or not. I'm moving a little bit freer, a little faster, a little clearer. I had me a gaming computer built. I was using a 20-year-old laptop trying to run StreamYards, and that shit just did not want to cooperate.
Yeah, 20-year-old laptop, yeah.
Yeah, it did not. It's a Sony Vaio, but that motherfucker's maxed the hell out. It's got 3 gig of RAM. That's it.
Oh man,
that's it. It got to the point where I was having to put thumb drives in that bitch just to try to give it as much memory as I could.
So arcade games, like,
yeah, man, lay it on.
Used to like go to we use like the maniacs like that. Like I was, where I would go through my neighborhood searching out different arcade games.
No. I was that guy that was out looking for different, better arcades.
Well, see, because everywhere I went in my neighborhood and all my surrounding neighborhoods, everywhere would have a different arcade game.
Oh yeah.
And it was all different types of stores too, like pizzerias, delis, candy stores, video stores. They would all have different sorts of arcade games.
Do what? 20-year-old what? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not 20-year-old. RR. I'm 41.
Yeah, and you know you can
No,
look at me and tell,
RR is saying that I'm 20 years old. I'm 41. I just turned
dude,
41.
dude, be flattered. Well, happy belated birthday. I don't know when it was, but
Oh, thank you.
you say you just turned 31. I'm at 41.
41.
41. Yeah, hey, I'm old. What do you want?
Oh, yeah, the 20-year-old laptop. Oh, I thought you meant me. Sorry,
Yeah,
RR.
yeah. That thing was so out of whack. I probably couldn't have played Pac-Man on it. It was it struggled to do everything. When Han would want to hang out like this, I was like, all right, man, give me about 15 minutes to boot up, you know, because it would take a while. But yeah, man, lay some classic games on us. Talk to me.
For arcades?
Yeah, man. What would you?
Gauntlet was another one. That was one I used to search out because if I was with other people, you could actually get. That was I remember that was the first one where you could get more than 2 people playing on an arcade game. From what I remember for the arcades, maybe there was something before that, but Gauntlet was a dope one to search out.
Gauntlet was one of the first ones I encountered. You're right, but after that, there was one with like 3 or 4 steering wheels. Man, it was called Off Road.
Oh man,
you drove like a.
See, I wasn't big into the driving games, but I used to see them in the arcades I went to. The 4 steering wheels is ringing a bell.
And its sister game was called Sprint.
Wait, was it Super Sprint?
Yeah, Super Sprint. Yeah.
I think I had the NES version of that.
Yeah. But I'm talking about arcades, man, because them things were cool to play in the arcades. But you know, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, they had those games.
Was Super Sprint an overhead view? It was an overhead view, right?
Yeah. And Off Road was the same thing, except instead of the 4x4s.
Okay.
With nitro. 4x4s with nitro.
See, when it came to the arcade games, I was always big on the beat 'em ups. The beat 'em ups were always my favorite arcade games.
The original Mortal Kombat.
Like Double Dragon. Nah, the beat 'em. That's one-on-one fighting. The beat 'em ups, like
Final
Double Dragon. Final Fight.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about Double Dragon. I don't think anybody's mentioned Double Dragon yet.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of quarters on Double Dragon.
Yes, Trace. Yes. Fucking Space Harrier, dude.
Yeah, Space Harrier was dope too.
Yes. See, I like those ones that kind of moved. I like the simulation style games because, you know, anybody can stand up and play a cabinet, but if you can get into the game and it can half-ass immerse you into it, I love them.
Do you remember this one? It was one of the later Shinobi games. It was called Shadow Dancer, but Shinobi had a dog. You could stick the dog on people.
That was like, I think, Shinobi 3.
3 or 4, yeah. It was like around 3 or 4. But you had an option because there was a dog behind him the whole time, and you had to hold down the button.
There you go.
You could stick the dog on people.
Another beat 'em up, Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah, Streets of Rage was dope. Was Streets of Rage? I think Streets of Rage was just straight up Genesis though. I don't think that was the arcade.
I don't remember, but to me it was always, Final Fight, Streets of Rage. Those things were like the same thing to me.
Well, yeah. the beat 'em ups.
Yeah. Come on, Han, jump into it.
I'm still listening. I'm eating ramen noodles.
No, the fuck you ain't.
Yeah, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Shadow Dancer was a Shinobi spinoff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Streets of Rage was Genesis only. Yeah, Trace, man, he's like our game expert here.
Well, Streets of Rage was basically just a complete ripoff of Final Fight.
Maybe that's why they confused me, because to me, like I said, they were the same game. Damn, what is that? What is that game?
Oh, here was a good one. POW. POW was a good one.
Wow.
That was an arcade beat 'em up.
I forgot about that shit. Wow. Fucking wow, dude. I'm realizing. Come on, you keep it up, man. I'm just realizing how fucking old I really am.
Cabal. Oh, Cabal was dope too. Cabal had it didn't have a joystick on the arcade. It had the trackball.
Oh yeah.
Cabal.
Yeah. It was your back to the screen, like the character is his back to the screen and he's facing forward and he has to shoot through everything and hide through stuff. But in the arcade you didn't have a regular joystick. You had the trackball, like for
never played it. Never heard of it actually.
Arkanoid and Marble Madness. You know how those Marble Madness was a hard ass fucking game.
Oh yeah.
I used to play the shit out of Marble Madness, but
I used to try to play the shit out of Marble Madness.
Well, yeah. You're right. Yeah, that's hard to do. I was trying to sound big and bad, but no, it was hard. But Arkanoid, I never could. You know, to me, it was like just breaking blocks. But then you had to throw the blaster effect into it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
and they had the power ups. Sometimes you catch the power ups at a fucked up time.
Oh man, a lot of great games, man. And I keep saying, you know, I've played so many of them, and I can hardly remember any of them. Because I was looking through a list and I saw the original sit-down version of Star Trek, which was like the original Star Wars game. It was a wireframe game and
arcade.
Yeah, arcade game. Yeah.
Arcade Star Trek game. Holy shit!
Yes. Yeah, dude. This is back from my childhood. You know, probably around the time when you were born.
How old are you?
Well, no. It was still after you were born, but you were young. I'm 47.
Yeah, so you're not that much older.
Not much older, but you know, when I was, you know, not even a teenager yet. I'm talking about 10, 11 years old, maybe 12 when this game came out. You know, so you were still a young kid.
Yeah, but I was actually. If my parents took me to a store and I was like 4 or 5 years old, I was like, let me play this arcade game.
I'm telling you what, Trace is the ongoing expert. He keeps throwing that shit out there, man.
Ye Are Kung Fu. Holy shit. That was one of the first games I ever played on a Commodore 64. Ye Are Kung Fu.
Black Tiger. Anybody remember that one? Black Tiger?
For the Commodore?
No, arcade game.
What was that?
Doesn't sound familiar.
What was it? A helicopter game?
Okay, I've smoked too much weed. What game did I say?
Black Tiger.
Yeah. Okay, no. It was the character part of it was kind of like this warrior type thing, and you had this chain that you. It's kind of like, you remember Rygar?
Yes.
Okay, it was a
I
newer
have that.
version.
I have a Pi, and I have the Rygar arcade game on it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So imagine a newer version of that. You jump in, you're slinging a fucking chain. You can upgrade it. You know, you get hit a couple times, you die. In that aspect, it's kind of like Ghosts and Ghouls. You get hit,
Yeah.
you lose armor little by little, and then finally, when you're naked, you die. And it was a great game. It was called Black Tiger.
There was a game like that called Gladiator on the arcade, but it's like you were just standing there. You were just standing there, and you had armor, and you had to move through different minor obstacles, and like you had pieces of, instead of having an energy bar, you had pieces of armor that were knocked off as you went through the level, and you had to make it to the boss. It wasn't a very well-known game, but you know, just the concept of it at the time, you know, it was
Karateka. Dude, Karate Champ with the twin joysticks. You ever played that?
Oh yeah, that was like Smash TV. The Smash TV arcade game had the same thing.
Yeah, but you had to hold back and up and down and right.
Yeah.
Different shit, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It was a mess, man, but I'm gonna tell you what, dude, Trace, I still thought it was an awesome game. They were ridiculous. I agree with you 200% on that one, but I still love the game.
Well, RR before Mike Tyson's Punch Out, there was the arcade Punch Out that didn't have Mike Tyson in it.
Yep. It was actually the same game. They just had Tyson to it.
It had that funky handle to it. It had some handle to it that wasn't a regular joystick.
That was an outlandish game, dude.
The arcade Punch Out. Yeah.
That was an outlandish game.
There was no Tyson.
Original.
Yeah, he was wireframe. There was no little Mac. Your character was a wireframe guy.
Just like the original Street Fighter.
It was so hard to pull off those moves.
No, the first Street Fighter game had the 2 round big ass pads on it that you literally had to fucking hit.
No, but Street Fighter, there was no choosing characters. The very first Street Fighter game.
Yeah.
You had first player was Ken and second player was Ryu, depending on what you put the quarters in.
Yep. And you literally had to beat the shit out of the machine. I was like, really? Who would do that? But yeah, you know, talking about fighting games, man, I loved them. The original Mortal Kombat, I fell in love with it. You all right over there, Han? Got the hiccups?
Yeah, I ate my noodles.
How you doing, Han?
I'm doing good. I just ate my noodles too fast. Got the hiccups.
It's good talking to you guys again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's good talking to you.
We missed you, man. Wondering what happened to you, but you know, I just really don't know who to ask about it. You know, and I figured if you want it known, you would have made it known. You know, so just respecting privacy, pretty much. But
it's all right. You just could ask me about anything. I don't give a shit, man.
Cool. Just been doing a thing, streaming here, modding there. You know,
anyone could ask me anything. I don't shy away from talking about anything.
Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. But right now we're talking about video games. You know, we're doing pretty good. We've been going almost almost an hour and 45 minutes, and we ain't just been doing up a bullshit about our childhood and some good old fashioned arcade games. You know,
and sometimes that's more fun than anything else.
Yeah. I always like a good discussion on whether it's bullshit or a serious discussion, I like discussion about my past or in the past, because
I think a lot of people do. A lot of people feel that same way. I feel that same way.
I wish I could go back, man, because it was some of the best times of my life, dude.
Yeah, get nostalgic.
Getting laid every day of the week by someone different. That was like a game to me and a friend of me and my best friend, because we go to our local shopping mall, and just do laps up and down the mall, look at, see who can come home with the most phone numbers,
Phone numbers. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was before pagers, dude. And then when we got pagers, we were the bomb, dude. Our fucking shit vibrating off the side of our fucking belt. Felt like Mix-a-Lot, but we're white,
Oh, I remember pagers. That was the cool thing before cell phones. In high school, I had a pager. And I was a baller, because at that time there wasn't cell phones and shit.
Yeah, and the higher tech fucking pager, the more people knew you had money. Because some of the later versions of the fucking pager slid out of their cases. You look at it, man, you got the clock, you got all kinds of fucking shit. All right, you slide it back in and go about your business. Mine, I just had the fucking Motorola. Hey, you had to pull a whole motherfucker off your belt to look at it. or get the neck pinch going, who the fuck is paging me, man? It's
yeah, then you had the pager codes.
Okay, everybody, I know you three has had a pager because you're of age. Okay, anybody else in the chat, if you've ever been involved with using a legitimate pager, what was your pager code? Han?
I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time.
Wait, you pager, you mean like beeper, right? We used to fucking call it beeper.
Yeah.
Fucking beeper, dude.
I think I had one for like 5 minutes. I was like, all right, I have no need for this.
Yeah, but when you pay if you pay somebody, what code did you put in so they know it was you calling?
I don't even remember. Should probably it was like 95, 96. I can't even remember.
Okay. All right. Because mine was simple. It's easy to remember. I could call from any number. If I put a 007 behind it, they knew it was me. So
I just remember my girlfriend would put in boobs.
8008. Yeah, buddy. That's cool. I wish I could have got a fucking page like that. But here was a bad joke that we all used to play on each other. Right now, where I live, say about 15 minutes away, there's a big old office building, and in this office building is fucking FBI. And we would page just random people that we knew and put in their phone number. And then you call the number back, they answer. Federal Bureau of Investigations, this such and such speaking, how can I help you? I was like, well, I was just paged from this number. Not from this number, you wasn't. Yes, sir, I'm looking at my pager right now. And then come to find out it was a fucking practical joke. Yeah, I agree, Trace. That was messed up. After you learned the phone number, you knew not to call it back. I still know the phone number to this day. I'll give it to any one of you, and you can call them motherfuckers, and I'm telling the truth. I don't think they'd appreciate getting a phone call this time of night, but, hey, I could prove that shit. So what's been happening, Slasher?
Nothing really eventful.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much same old shit.
You said you had another surgery scheduled for here soon?
The 24th, next Monday.
Now I'm asking this whether you just say yes or no. That's all you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Anything you want to elaborate on? Hey, you're
what it is?
Yeah.
Cyst.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're about to give birth then?
A gigantic cyst behind my ear.
Damn.
I already had one removed from the top of my head.
What?
It was almost like, yeah, I had my first one about 3 weeks ago. It was
under or over the skull?
Oh, I got stitches on my skull, so it was over the skull.
No, if you got they had to crack your head open. If you got stitches, or do you got?
Yeah. No, it's stitches. 6 stitches.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
All right. Say you were to have devil horns or goat horns growing out of your head.
Have a good night, Trace. Man, thanks for stopping.
Yeah, see you, Trace. See you, Keck 44.
Y'all do us a favor. Hit that like button on the way out. If y'all don't mind.
Good night, folks. Oh, you're getting into my surgery talk and everyone's dipping out. All right. Nah, I can't. Then I can't go into the rest of the surgery talk because now I feel like I'm
Damn it, Slasher! You ran them all off. What the fuck, man? Buzz.
Anyway.
No, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
6 stitches on the left side of my head. And then next week it's going to be more because this one's a bit bigger.
Have you healed up at all? Have the stitches been taken out and all, or are you still stitched up?
Yeah, they got taken out. They got taken out a week later. And they gave me a bit more time. They gave me a bit more time before they start digging into my head some more. So
that sucks, brother, man. We had no clue, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
You don't gotta say that, man. It's all right.
No. Listen. I'm about to have to undertake a massive surgery myself, and I'm still arguing with myself whether I'm actually going to do it or not. So even if it's just compared to what I need, what you're having done is still basically minor surgery.
Yeah, I know. It's just I know.
It's just I hate to hear about anybody having to get cut on.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I just put simply, I got to have open heart surgery.
Fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm arguing with that. Do I do it or just take my chances? The fuck?
Also, I gotta say sorry, Han. Sorry, am I cursing too much? Am I dropping too many F-bombs?
No.
Hey, Generation Productions. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, Generation Productions? Good to see you, man.
What do you mean, are you guys okay? Why? Because we're in the middle of the night streaming? What? 3 guys can't be bored as fuck and decide to stream? What the hell?
This time of night, Slash, you can say whatever you want to do. Or whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You ain't been listening to me? Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. God.
It's not like I'm monetized or anything anyways. Who gives a fuck?
No, you want to keep it clean. Just, don't use the obvious obscenities, but, all the fucks and shits and ass and dicks and pussy you want to talk about, that's cool.
All right. I just don't know the rules anymore.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Thank you for asking at least, but, it's all cool.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's good.
It's all good, man. I bet your other girlfriend's probably been wondering about you too.
Who?
Moira.
What? I don't have a girlfriend.
I
have
said
nobody.
Oh, come on, man. You part of the gang, man. Fuck, you see Moira, you see Slasher, or kind of like the way her and Brian was at one point.
I don't have it. I don't have a gang. I'm not. I have certain people I like to talk to.
Well, she was one of them. I don't know if that changed or not.
Okay.
Generation Production Sith was asking about your surgery.
About your oh yeah, nah.
Generation Productions. I had a cyst removed from the top of my head, and next week I get a cyst removed from behind my left ear.
And I suffer from what is commonly known as congestive heart failure.
And
my heart is anywhere from 80 to 90% blocked, and right now I need a quadruple.
Damn,
and Han, you just went through some shit too, didn't you?
No.
The only thing Han went through is he keeps calling out of work.
Yeah, YouTube makes me stay at home instead of going to work. But yeah, I hadn't had any medical conditions.
You didn't?
No. Other than being crazy, no.
I thought you said something on Twitter a few months ago that you had some sort of scare or something.
No.
No, man.
No, I've been pretty. No, I've been pretty good. Other than my mental issues, I've been pretty good.
Yeah, but we all got those.
Maybe that was it. Was that it? Maybe.
No. That's not legitimate, because I'm gonna go ahead and say this openly. All right, everybody on YouTube, and I mean everybody. Doesn't mean I'm picking or choosing. If you're on a panel or if you're in a chat and you're on YouTube, you got a fucking problem. In some form or fashion, you got a fucking problem.
I'm medicated for mine, so I'm doing pretty good.
And I'm medicated for mine because
I don't think I could disagree with you there.
Well, I always like to say we're all fucked up in our own way. Some of us just hide it better than others.
Yeah.
Or we wouldn't be on YouTube.
I don't think I hide it very good.
Well, he drinks a lot of beer. I smoke a lot of weed. What's your advice?
I'm in both those boats, so.
Crack cocaine.
Not.
No, get fuck out of here with that shit. Cocaine is disgusting, and crack is a more disgusting thing. I've watched so many people turn into complete garbage human beings just from snorting cocaine.
Oh, yeah. I'm messing with you because I know you were talking one time about like people smoking crack like outside your window.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I heard I actually that's what it was. I heard them snorting right in front of my house.
Oh,
I had my front window open.
What's up, Will? Great to see you, man. Nice for you to stop by.
What's up, Will Gentry?
We just chilling out, discussing about whatever. We were talking about old school video games. I know you're a
you went from old school video games into drug problems.
Yeah, and health problems. We're all fucking old and falling apart.
Will, I'm not calling you an old man, but I know you got, you're not a young pup anymore. I know you've probably played some good old school games, man. And we were talking initially about consoles, but it kind of translated into actual physical arcades.
So what consoles? What consoles were you talking about? What you
Anything,
guys?
dude? Because me, I love saying this line, and it's
Are you straight up hardcore PC, or do you use mind console? You don't mind consoles?
no, dude, no. I've been a gamer long before gaming was cool. Okay, I've played Pong, the original fucking Pong, the Atari, all the Atari versions, ColecoVision and Television, uh, the Odyssey 2, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I didn't play much Sega. That wasn't really one of my thing. Then, the
Did
PS1.
you ever play Vectrex? Have you ever played a Vectrex?
Never heard of it.
You never heard of Vectrex? Holy shit! Look it up. Look it up, dude. Look it up right now.
How you spell it?
VECTREX.
Okay.
Holy shit! You never saw this?
No.
I saw this shit way after it came out, and my mind was blown.
VEC, is it one word?
VECTREX. Yes. Vectrex. You ever heard of this, Hans? You never heard of this one?
What the fuck is this
No,
thing?
I've never heard of that one.
What the fuck is this thing? Wow. Where the fuck was this when I was growing up? Holy shit.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
I think it looks cool as hell.
Yeah, it does. For its time, right?
Fucking A, man.
Oh, yeah.
Racing, tank games. What?
Didn't last very long, but the idea was cool for its time.
Damn, dude.
It was dope though. You didn't need a TV. You just had the monitor itself.
You played one of these?
Yeah.
Dude,
One of my friends had it.
I'm fucking jealous, dude. That is
One of
awesome.
my friends had it. Well, all that type of elaborate shit was stuff that I would always play at my friend's house. I wouldn't be able to play a Commodore 64 unless I was at my friend's house. One of my friend's houses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm fucking jealous. Man, that shit looks cool as fuck.
It was dope though. It was you were able to plug in different games to fucking
Yeah. Yeah, man. See, that's why I guess that's why I love arcades so much, because you could leave your house and go somewhere. You could still have fun outside, because back then kids played outside, but there was a place for us to go if the weather was bad. You and your friends can hang out. Later on, I started going to a pool, a bowling alley that had a pool hall in it, had arcade games in it, pool tables. You hang out with your friends in style of the weather. I guess that's why I love arcades so much. It gives you options.
Yeah, not for nothing. I had a bowling alley around my neighborhood too, where they had arcade games, where I used to go all the time.
Yep. And then when I got old enough to drink, it had another game room for me. It was called the bar. I used to throw darts in there and drink my ass off. Damn, Han just went up and said, nope.
What? He dropped down? He dropped out on purpose? Oh.
Han says, fuck y'all, I'm out.
Nah, yeah, I hit the wrong button.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Oh. But that's all right. He's awesome sauce. Oh, God. I hate that shit. But, I love Married to Death, but I hate that shit. Sloth.
What are you talking about, Shitlord?
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, I'm about ready. I am about ready to call it though, man. We've been going like 2 hours.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, everybody in the chat, I appreciate you stopping by. We're about ready to end the broadcast.
Yeah.
But I appreciate everybody.
Yeah, y'all hanging out.
I mean, this being just a random ass middle of the night broadcast, I appreciate everybody being here.
All right, guys, and listen up, everybody. This Thursday and at 1:00 p.m. Eastern, this man right here is going to have another stream. It's called his Bloody Mary Brunch, man. Y'all come hang out.
Yeah, Sith's going to be my special guest this week. We're going to talk about popular conspiracy theories. But yeah, I've been doing that. Well, this will be my fourth one, so I've been doing it the last 4 weeks. I'm off on Wednesday and Thursday, so Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern time, I've been doing Bloody Mary Brunch because it gives me an excuse to day drink and talk about random shit on the internet. So, everybody in the chat, I appreciate you being here. It's been a good conversation, man. Talking about games, we just kind of randomly went that way, but it's been a good conversation talking about old games and old game systems, arcade games. But
you guys rock. Thank you for showing up. On your way out, please hit that like button. Come back Thursday afternoon and check us out again. Come hang out.
Yeah, come back Thursday afternoon. If you can't come back Thursday afternoon, then this Sunday will be the next episode of Name That Tune at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sunday night will be the next episode of Name That Tune, and it's always a good time. If you haven't seen it yet, then you need to stop by if you can, and we always have a great time on Name That Tune.
And when the ads go up for the show, either Han or myself, you see me right there at Sithlord 3827. We'll tweet it out. Y'all come hang out, or I'll retweet it. Whoever's first on the trigger that day. Y'all come hang out, have a chat, have a drink. We'll just BS for a few hours.
And I appreciate you jumping on with us, Slasher. I hadn't talked to you in a while, man. It's good to talk to you.
Oh, thanks for letting me chill.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Always a pleasure to talk to you, man. You're always cool and just laid back, man.
Now we'll do the awkward wave as the stream ends.